Hello, Kitchen Stitchers. It's Chef Dave and Arlene, and it is, that's it, May 8th. And this is take two because I didn't have my phone on Do Not Disturb, and a phone call came through and stopped the video. So instead of trying to go through video editing, we're just gonna go take two. We're about halfway done, but that's okay. We are going to talk today. I got him to decide that he's going to talk to you about chicken chasseur, which was my favorite thing that he made when he came home from culinary school. Yes. So, chicken chasseur.
Okay. It's kind of a poor man's chasseur. Chasseur is a sauce. And we'll really get into what an actual chasseur sauce is because it takes too long. Anyway. What you need for this is you need some boneless chicken breast with the skin on. You want the skin on because you want to have a kind of a crispy outer skin on this. And you need some clarified butter. All clarified butter is you melt it down, you bring it to a boil, and you scoop off the solids that are left in the
so it's
butter.
really clear.
It looks like vegetable oil when you're done.
A little bit more yellow, yeah.
But save the solids part and remelt them for your popcorn. I do. For your prep, you're going to need some shallots. You're going to slice the shallots really thin, and some cremini mushrooms. You want to quarter those. You don't want to get them too small. And also some garlic. You need to crush some garlic or mince some garlic up. So that's all going to go into your chasseur sauce. So now you're going to salt and pepper your chicken breast before you put it in. I didn't say that last time around, but salt and pepper your chicken breast before you put it in the skillet. A little bit of clarified butter in the skillet to saute your chicken. Lay it skin side down and leave it. Let it cook. You can kind of roll it over every once in a while to see if the skin's starting to turn brown. When the skin starts to turn brown and looks pretty, then you turn it over and you cook the other side. Now when you turn it over and you cook the other side, not too long, because you don't want to dry the chicken out. So after your chicken's done, you're going to pull that out and put it on a plate somewhere and keep that warm. Keep it in a keep warm oven, or if your microwave's got a keep warm function on it, put it in there. So put a little bit more of your clarified butter in your pan because you're gonna need to saute your shallots and your mushrooms and your garlic. Get those all in there. Get your onions in there, your shallots in there first. And followed by your garlic, because the shallots are going to take a little long. You want to get those to where they start getting like not quite transparent, translucent. Then get your mushrooms. Put your mushrooms into the skillet and get those so they start to cook up. You don't want to get them too far gone. I like my sautéed mushrooms cooked to death, basically. But for this, you want it to just be done. So when your mushrooms are starting to get just done, you're going to take some brandy, not real expensive brandy, but cooking brandy. Take your pan off of your stove, away from any fire, and pour some brandy into your pan, and what you're doing is deglazing the pan and getting all the good flavors and stuff off the bottom of the pan. Put it back on the stove, bring it back up to temperature, and it's going to bring the brandy up to a boil. It's going to start reducing the brandy down to kind of a sticky syrup. It doesn't have to get too far down, but what you're doing is reducing the brandy down, and you're also cooking off the alcohol because you don't want a lot of alcohol taste in your sauce. It'll make it taste funny. So once everything is kind of mixed together, your brandy is cooked down, this is the fun part. This is the part that makes it really kind of fattening.
Now, you didn't say, I think, be sure you take it off the stove while you pour the brandy in.
I did.
Oh, okay.
The reason you're going to do this is the brandy is flammable, and when it gets hot, it's really flammable. Now, when I do this, I've been doing it for, I don't know, the last 6 or 8 years. I'll pour the brandy into the pan and put the bottle down away from the fire, and then I'll put the pan back over the stove, and I'll actually tip the pan a little bit so that the fumes of the cooking brandy will catch in the fire of the stove, and it'll flame. And I'm doing this on purpose because it cooks the brandy off a little faster, and it also kind of singes the outside of the mushrooms and the
Okay,
onions
and the flames are like this high, and it can be brutal on the microwave if you have some microwave over top of that. So just be careful.
Pull it out from
be
underneath the
really
microwave.
careful.
If it catches fire and you aren't expecting it, don't panic. It'll be okay. Once the alcohol cooks off,
Just pull it away from something that might catch on fire.
the alcohol will cook off fairly quickly, and it's not a really hot fire. You can tell it's different from a grease fire because there's no smoke,
Yeah.
and it's kind of an orange flame, and it'll like burn around in a circle in the pan, and then it just kind of goes away. So once you get that back on your stove and you start reducing your brandy down, you're gonna get your heavy whipping cream or heavy cream, and this is where it gets fattening.
And yummy.
And start adding it into the pan and stirring it. Now, if you need more sauce and you've got multiple pieces of chicken that you're gonna want sauce on, you got to add more cream to it because making more sauce. But don't add too much because that needs to reduce down and thicken. The whole sauce needs to thicken, and it'll be thick enough when you can take like a wooden spoon and put it down into the sauce and hold it up, and it coats the back of the spoon. So where am I? Okay. If you're cooking a vegetable or a potato or something along with this,
So you put the chicken back? No, you don't put the chicken back in there. No,
No.
you don't. Okay.
no, you don't put the chicken back in the pan. You don't want to cook the chicken anymore. You want that nice brown, crisp skin that you work so hard on. You want that to show. So if you have like some potatoes you want to have along with it, cut them into like small football shapes. Boil them, saute those.
You roast them.
I'll roast them, or I'll saute them in some more clarified butter. See, there's a lot of uses for clarified butter.
And you're finding out now why I won't let him do this more than once or twice a year, or maybe.
Okay, so now you're gonna plate it. You're gonna put it like the potato or a vegetable, something that's gonna add some height on your plate, and you're gonna lay your chicken breast plank, for lack of a term, with one end on the top of the potato and the other end down on the plate. Now you're gonna take your sauce and gently spoon it on like half to 3/4 of the way up the chicken plank. Let it roll off onto the plate. You're gonna want to add a little bit extra on the plate so you can, you're gonna have enough sauce for your piece of chicken. And to really make it pretty, get some have some dried parsley handy, and pinch it. Get some in your fingers, and pinch it so that it gets like really small powder granular,
Dusty, yeah.
Almost dust-like, and do over the whole plate, and it looks really pretty.
And it tastes really, really, really good.
Make some biscuits to sop up.
So I got to get my phone so I can pull the names for the people who won the stuff. But you're going to tell them about the
Yeah, one of the things I talked about a couple of weeks ago was cooking thermometers. This is your best friend. Let's see if I can get them on here so you can see it. I went through 3 or 4 of these in culinary school, and then I ended up, because I was the old guy in the class, with this big, huge honking digital one that I could see without putting my glasses on, and all the kids in the class laughed at me. But you want a good one. You want one that you can calibrate, and it should say on the package how to calibrate it. This one's actually got a little wrench on it there to
Hang it? Oh.
to put on the back, and then you put this in ice water and get it down to where it says 32. If it doesn't say 32, you adjust it. 32 is freezing. But this is a lot better to use for making sure that your steak is medium rare than trying to master this, because there's guys that work the line in restaurants that take a long time, years to master the touch. So 120 and 125 degrees on your beef, medium rare, use the thermometer.
Yeah, and the thermometers will give you a sheet to show you the temperature, so you don't have to memorize that. Or sometimes they'll have it on the case.
Sometimes if you get a really good one, it's got all the different temperatures like beef, pork, chicken, and fish. They'll have it right on the side of what temperature is what level in this. That's our little dog going nuts with her toy.
She's looking for someone to play with her.
She's not getting any attention.
So normally we eat dinner after this, but I was running late because we're doing a bunch of interviews at work, and I didn't get to change, but his pork chop was so juicy it dripped, so ignore the drip. But it was really good.
She blamed me.
He has a Traeger grill, so that runs, it's not gas, it's not charcoal, it has wood pellets that it runs, and it's a smoker grill, and it's yummy. The first time he made we should talk about beer can chicken at some point.
Chicken, yeah.
But we made beer can chicken, and it was the tenderest, best chicken ever, aside from chicken chasseur. So yeah. But the best part is it was 80-something degrees out here today, which is warmer than normal, and for this time of the year, and so we didn't get to heat up the kitchen by using the stove. So he roasted some broccoli, and we had pork chops, and it was yummy. So all right. That's all for the cooking part.
No questions?
Oh, there was a question about air fryer. Mm-hmm. And we had an air fryer once, and it just didn't do it for us because it wouldn't crisp things up.
It seemed like it was pretty much set up for getting food from the grocery store that had already been kind of pre-fried, like banquet frozen chicken or a certain kind of French fries or things like that. Really all it does is blow hot air on whatever it is that you put in it. So if you have a convection oven, you basically got a hot air frying oven.
Yeah.
Because that's all it does.
Though we did see an Instapot that has something to do with browning, so
yeah,
we haven't seen anything about that.
There's a new Instapot out there that also does browning, and it's probably hundreds of millions of dollars.
So I think that was the only real question this week. I forgot last time. Sometimes I get on a roll, and then I think I'm taking too much time with you guys, and so I forget the things that I was going to say. So Barbara had a crock pot cheesecake recipe, so I'll put that up in the description tonight when we upload this. And I think, and Linda, crazy for yarns. She puts apples or walnuts in her monkey bread, so that's an interesting alternative. So I think that was it but we love the comments. Thank you for those. We love the questions. It's really awesome to interact with you guys. Really enjoyed some of you sharing some of your Easter traditions. We got a message from Paula that they celebrate some things on Friday. Let's see if I can pull this up here. She's in Portugal, so it's really interesting to see some of the different traditions that happen. But they have each Easter Sunday lunch, and they usually do lamb, and they have an Easter vigil on Holy Friday. And this is what I thought was interesting. If there are egg hunts, it is copied from American movies. So that's interesting. So fun. It's fun how we all kind of share some things. So that's it. So on for me.
Okay.
You probably don't want to sit in for this.
Next week, potatoes Anna.
Yeah, that you'll really love. Will you switch the light switch on because the light's starting to go dim now here? So a bunch of little stuff. First of all, thank you everyone for the comments about the hair, because you know how sometimes something like this can really make you feel not so confident, and you all have been lovely. There were comments that people made. Just thank you for the love. I wrote down some of these. Let me see. It's over here. someone said, it was Teresa Butler said, the tall guys are as cute as your hair. I thought that was so cute. Thank you so much. Another favorite, people said it was classy. Wow, that's awesome, because I was so afraid it was going to look like a old lady puffball or make me look like a boy. It's professional, which is really what I was going for, so thank you. Guy at work told me he thought I looked sassy. I really liked that. But the best is some of you have said that it makes me look younger, so I will definitely take that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, this was a confirmation that Virpi from Finland, I got her country wrong last time when we talked. She won from the previous giveaway, and it's nice when you all let me know that you've received the giveaways, which, David, you do have a job here. We have 3 giveaways, and so I'm going to need you to be the random number guy. So I'm excited that you all are excited about the tall guys. Now this is my spring tall guy, and this is actually the first tall guy I ever made. 1996 is when I made my first tall guy. So he's been with me all along. Those are the pedal pushers, and I kind of used some of this to transform and make the March one, but it was very fun. So we have 20 people who are interested in the tall guys. So select a number between 1 and 20.
18.
Tina Mickelson, you get the tall guys extra burr man that I had. So yay for that. I think I have him behind here. So that's the Berman. So that's Tina Mickelson. And now, not a lot of you interested in sampler. So that's interesting, but the sampler, we have 1 to 3. 1 to 3, which one?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Number 1, of course.
That would be Paula Lima. That's my Portugal friend. Hello, Paula. So that's for you. And then the lantern, we have 1 to 8. So these are the lantern.
3.
Number 3 is Nevada Stitcher. So you all send me your addresses to PIQUEA, P as in Paul, I, QUEA@gmail.com, PIQUEA@gmail.com, and I'll get those sent out to you. So yay. These 2 again came from Nancy at FaithWorks. I got something of hers that I started working on Sunday a little bit. This is part of what I love about this. So it came with all the stuff in this box. It has this little bit of paper grass. It's got some gingham and some rickrack, and it came with this, I don't know what you call this, binding tape or whatever. But it's this little, there are 4 of these. I've got almost 3 of them done, and I'm working on the 4th one. And what happens is it goes around this box like so, and she has finishing instructions that she includes. So it'll go around the box, but this is the best part. The gingham goes on the top, and then the grass, and then look at this little resin bunny guy. Isn't he just adorable? So cute, so cute. So I think they still have some of these on 1-2-3 Stitch. And so that's FaithWorks, and it's called What's in Your Basket. So very cute, very cute. So that's what I was working on. I will say that they have an Aida option and a linen option, and this is the linen option. I didn't realize that the Aida apparently has a little white crocheted top on it. And if I had known that, I would have probably gone for the Aida version of that. Well, here's the finished picture. Isn't that adorable? That's just so cute, so cute. And so it looks like that might be the Aida one with the white finish. But she tells you how to put the cording around to finish it as well. So very cute, love it. So that was one thing I started working on, and I've been very, very pleased with that. I finished my camper. So that's what that looks like. And I'm going to turn this into a pillow for the Christmas gift for my friend who is a camper person. I am not a camper person, but she is responsible for having my daughter love the outdoors, and I love her for that. So when I finished with that, I was like, yeah, you know, sometimes you get done with the project and you're not sure what to do next. So I had been given this as a gift, and it had been already kitted up, which was a lovely gift. And so I started working on that. And so here's what that looks like. What I did with the, so they had an alternate. So you notice that the picture in the front is different, but she had an alternate for this middle pumpkin. And so I went out and I bought the Silken Threads color. And this, I think, it wasn't the one that she recommended. There were two that I had selected, and this one was Autumn, I think it said Autumn Holiday. It wasn't Autumn Bouquet. And I had a darker one that was reddish, but I really liked that color. This one's not quite finished. I still have some outlining to do and some stuff that goes around the top. But that's turned out. That was a lot of fun to work with. So that turned out pretty well. I got a color in cotton that came in. That was from last month. I didn't show you. Another one's about to ship. And I switched to 40 because I think I like the 40 better. And then I was kind of sad because, remember, I had given this away. And I had ordered the 2 and 3 for it, but I didn't get that. So I called, boy, I'm boiling. I called, I contacted Beach Cottage Stitchers. And so they sent me the 2 and 3. So that's the rest of it. So that'll be fun to do. However, they sent me yet another one of these. So I have another one that I'm happy to give away. So if you want the Trilogy Spring Extra, I'm happy to send that to you. You can do these as individuals, and then if you want to get the rest of it, it's still available. So it's Trilogy Spring Bees and Flowers. So I'm happy to send that to you. Just let me know. And at the same time, I was missing my Americanas. So I now have to catch up. I had this one. So I now have to finish up these. This is the mystery, and so 5 is not quite out yet. So I'm waiting for 5. And then at the same time, April and May for hands-on design. So I love all the colors. So that's for April and May. So I'll have a lot to do. So I'm not doing Mania because that drove me insane last year, but I kind of have a little bit of Mania going here with all the stuff that I'm going to be doing. And I wanted to do this for May, so I'll be doing that one too. And that's French Flower Cart, Sweet Nothings, French Flower Cart. Designed by Judy Whitman in Michigan. And then lastly, I've gotten 2 things in that I'm going to look forward to doing. This is the Jardin Privé, Happy Holidays Snow Globe. And this one I just thought was really pretty, but I'm going to switch up colors. I like that. That kind of matches one of the bunny ones that I did before. So that'll be fun to do. So my very last thing before I leave you is I remember last time I had that stitchy box that I got that I wanted to do with you all. And I didn't open, I opened number 1 last time, which was a thread. So there was number 1, and it was a specialty thread by Threadworks over dyed floss and cotton. So that was really pretty. But I didn't open the rest because I was waiting for you. So I'm going to open these with you. So here's day 2. So we're on the 8th of May. I hate ripping. So here's day 2. Cute little bags. And day 2 are Delica Seed Beads Glazed Spring. Nothing says spring like a fabulous pale green. Those are good. I like that. So that was day 2. They also have advent boxes and all kinds of different seasonal boxes. Day 3 is here, and the label, here's day 3. The label is a little too small. I'm going to have to rip it. I'm so sorry I have to rip it. Darn it. Okay, day 3. Taking a little bit of time here. Sorry to waste your time with that. So day 3. If I had been smart, I would have opened this ahead of time. A hummingbird charm. Happy little hummingbird to decorate your stitching. And I do love that. I have a hummingbird feeder, and I love to see those little guys come by. And day 4. So creative. Love this. Day 4. Oh, it's a needle minder. Cameo needle minder, a springy needle minder to help keep your needles safe. Okay, you all. I wish I could get into needle minders, but because I sew stitch, which means I don't have it on a frame or a hoop, they don't do any good for me. So if you want the needle minder, I am happy to send that to you. So put needle minder down for what you want. And I will be happy to pull the names on that for next time. So yay, needle minder for you. Number 5, looks so fun. I love these bags. Day 5. This is like Christmas in May, or Advent in May maybe. So day 5. I hate tearing these bags. Day 5. Oh, yum. So a limited edition sampler threads. I would say that's kind of a light purple or lavender. And it says, Gentle Arts Cotton, stitch up some fabulous spring flowers with a Stitchy Box exclusive colorway from Gentle Arts. So very pretty. Like that. I love Gentle Arts. I love the overdyed threads. Okay, number 6. Here's number 6. Open this. Number 6. Ooh, that's pretty. So this is Lampwork Glass Drop. Can you see that? Isn't that pretty? Use this handmade Lampwork Glass Drop as a focal interstitching or as part of a scissors fob. Love that. Pretty, pretty, pretty. That's 6. This is fun. This is quite a variety. Here's 7, so we have 2 more. Day 7. Yes, I'm one of those that doesn't tear open my Christmas gifts. Day 7. Oh, more beads. Ceylon Pastel Lilac Seed Beads, 2 grams. Day 7, Matsuno Seed Beads. These lilac beads would make excellent tiny flower accents in a springy project. So, day 7, love the beads. And day 8, that one's bigger. Day 8. Ooh, looks like fabric. I really tore the bag on that one. Ooh, pretty. Now, I love blue, so that's gorgeous. So that's the stamped on the front kind of fabric. Can you see a little variegation in it? It's hard to see. That might give you a little look at it. Yeah, that's pretty. And this says, Blue Whisper Vintage, a sky color linen backdrop for your fabulous spring projects. So now I've got to find a spring project to put all this good stuff to use. Maybe there'll be a chart in one of these bags. So anyway, that's the beginnings of the Stitchy Box. I think that's everything I had to show for you. Let me look at my notes and make sure I don't have anything else that I needed to talk to you about. But as always, if you have any questions or any comments or anything you'd like us to talk about, happy to do that. Thank you for watching with us and participating. I love the comments. I love hearing from you. I love sharing with you, and thank you for all your encouragement, especially about the hair, because that was a big thing for me. So until next time, we'll see you in a couple weeks. Oh, happy Mother's Day. You know, I know there are some of you out there who don't have mothers that may have passed away, or have always wanted to be a mother maybe and didn't have that opportunity. I am very blessed to still have my mom around. Love her to death. She can make us laugh like nobody else can, and it's an uncontrollable laughter. And she also knows all the buttons to press, and I think we know the buttons to press on her too. My daughter is an only child, and I am an only child. And my daughter just recently ran the local race here called the Pig. And I'm very proud of her. She's done a great job. I'm going to see if I can pull up a picture of her from the pig so you can see that. But anyway, I'm going to spend Friday with my mom and take her out for lunch and maybe shopping and whatever else she wants to do. And then Claire and I are going to spend the night with her on Saturday night and do girls stuff. So there's Claire running the pig with her boyfriend. She ran 4 races, 3 on Saturday and 1 on Sunday. I don't know how she does it. I run 1 chase. That's about it. If it's an emergency, I'll run, but that's not very far. So anyway, I think we're going to have fun spending some time with my mom and spending time together as 3 girls. And I wish the best for you. If you don't have a child near at hand or a mom near at hand, I hope you find a way to just enjoy a day with girlfriends or with family members, and know that I'm thinking about you, and I want you all to have a happy, wonderful Mother's Day, and thank you for being part of our lives. Talk to you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.